Welcome back to Wreck and Rule. I'm Brian.
I'm Fritchie.
I'm Joe.
So we called an emergency session.
An emergency, yes, it was an emergency.
We called an emergency session of the Wreck and Rule team because obviously WotC hit us with some Wave 2 information today. So we wanted to kind of talk about it.
Excitement.
Yeah, give our thoughts about it and, kind of, whoa, God. So yeah, let's jump right into it.
Yes.
To begin with, I guess we'll talk about the packaging. So let's be real. 1, it looks cool. 2 is that there's a pretty major contrast between this and the Wave 1 packaging. So other than like the Autobots front and center, you now have a Decepticon front and center. How does that make you feel, Joe?
Technically, you have 5 Decepticons front and center.
That's true.
Get that.
I'm fine with that.
Kind of like a lot darker type packaging, which is cool. So you see them side by side. You can tell there's a major difference there.
I'm not sure about
By
that
the way,
color, though. What color is that?
Yeah, I'm colorblind.
Red? What is
Yeah,
it?
it's like red.
It is red. They're both colorblind.
Sweet.
Do you guys really not know what that is?
It's red.
Actually, I didn't.
It's just not as red as most people's reds.
Okay.
It's like a light red.
Yeah.
Fair. All right. So yeah, it looks good. Same basic format. We've got 30 cards to a box. So nothing.
What about the fact that they named it?
Yes.
The first one wasn't named, was it?
It was not. I
I
think
don't
it
think
may
so.
have just said Wave 1, possibly.
No, Transformers trading card game.
That's it.
Yes.
Maybe that's the name of Wave 1, trading card game.
Hmm.
And now we're already into the rise of the combiners.
That is
Rise
actually
of
that
the
is a good point,
combiners.
Joe.
Yep. Yep. Do we have like a metric ton of combiners, I guess?
So they've said that there's going to be 6 combiners released in this set. Is the idea?
I would have thought they were like staggered, like 2 in the set, 2 next set, 2, keep it going. But
Mhm.
no, let's just go 6 here, 6,
I'm surprised
I'm
that
fine with
they did combiners in this set. I was thinking we might get like triple
Triple changes
changers
first.
Right. They just went kind of all out, and that's cool. I'm down
Whoa.
with that.
There could also still be triple changes in here, right? We don't know that for sure, do we?
Probably
That would
true.
be cool,
I
yeah.
mean,
Highly unlikely, but this is the rise of the combiners, not rise of the triple changers.
right. True.
Okay.
We'll see. And so just to kind of give like a quick overview, essentially, in case you've not checked out the article, the way we'll talk more about this in more detail later, but combiners, essentially, you begin with your team as the smaller individual robots on the table that begin in alt mode. The cards are different to where it's a normal size card, but it is folded in half, essentially. So then what you have is you begin with it on the table in alt mode, right? And then, so then you would like unfold it basically. Can you get my...
No, you wouldn't unfold it. You would just
super
flip it.
secret?
You
Yeah,
only
custom.
unfold it if you need to combine.
He's just pressing that stuff.
Yeah, so I mean, I guess, don't know if you guys can see that well right here, but essentially you begin with it in alt mode, right? And then you also have bot mode, and then when it comes time to combine,
Uh-oh.
I don't know if this is going to show up.
No, I'm going to say it.
I'm going to hold it. Help us, Joe.
Oh, I'll hold.
I
So
think that's
this is our own custom combiner, Wreck King. Okay.
Break and rule.
This is official.
So-
Are we going to do like
Wave
some
3,
kind,
baby.
Are we going to do some kind of like giveaway?
I don't know. People have already been asking about it because I did post this to Facebook.
Amazing artwork.
Amazing artwork, right?
All right, let's get this.
Right.
So the way it goes is you have the 5 team members out there, and then to combine them together, you have to have an action card. You have an action card specific to that combiner, and you have to have all of them in robot mode, and they can also be in
Would it be
KO zone.
specific to that combiner?
It seems to be.
Just for that one card? Do you think it'd be very awkward for them to do 6 combiners? Now there's 6 specific cards just for one combiner?
So you're
There has to be a generic that says combine your combiners into the big combiner, rather than just Predacons into Predaking.
that is actually a good point because
That would save space.
the Predaking one gives you some like special abilities.
Right.
So yeah, I
You
think
mean
that's a good idea.
In Yu-Gi-Oh, like the fusion card.
Never played it.
No.
Right.
No.
Let's not talk about
No,
Yu-Gi-Oh.
no.
Yeah, I think the Enigma of Predaking cards are all rare. So if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, that action card is rare.
Yeah. So I think that actually
I think
makes
it's
a lot
weird
of sense.
that all the Predacons are uncommon, and then to combine them you need the rare. Is that weird? Is that
So I think you're right. Maybe we do have like a common or uncommon card that's kind of generic
right?
combined.
Because if you have one card per combiner, that's 6 wasted slots, I would think. Maybe. Not wasted, but it's like... We only need 2. We need one for Predaking and one for the rest of the combiners. Save design space, or maybe there's one that eat that up with the rest of the combiners.
I still think they could potentially do one unique to each.
Right, like the different Metroplex, like... not Metroplex, that's for
Do
Titans.
one for Defensor, do one
Right.
for Defensor, do one for Devastator, do one for... But then also as a common or uncommon, just have kind of a generic one.
Right.
I think it does make sense to have like a little bit more cards to do the fusion, because if we are limited to 3
It's going to
cards,
be very tough.
it's going to be really tough.
Mm-hmm.
Like you are flipping cards, like the way the cards go through the decks is more by flipping it. Like you're not going to draw it. There's more chance you're going to flip it into your discard pile. So if there was the only one card that can let you transform, I think that would like a little bit wasted the way.
I could see them doing one of each, and now that you mentioned that, yeah, probably one for Defensor, one for whatever, one for wherever, and then one as a generic. So we have 6 options to try to combine them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
In a deck.
that's a bit much, but maybe.
If they have no draw mechanics, and there's no way to draw with these people,
Yeah, and I mean, you also want people to be able to kind of like, if
Actually
you
combine
pull
it.
all the characters, you want to be able to have your combine it.
Like it would be sad to have to play the combiners and not combine them at the end.
yeah,
Right.
it's like,
And then maybe also the first, you were the only one between us who've played Magic before.
Yeah.
But I'm thinking more Destiny, like they call it a tutor card, right? Where in Destiny you have
Search.
lightsaber pull,
Magic
you search,
Magic has
you
tutor
pull
too.
out.
So
if they do that, it would have to be searched for an action card.
yes,
Right?
action card.
That's very dangerous right now.
When I have it be just search for a
Predacon Enigma, that's...
Enigma of combination card, and that could like fit for. I wonder if there's any. We're going to talk about that soon. We can't see it at net right now on the screen.
That still seems like 6 to me. You're still talking about a combiner card and then a search card. Just go for the 3 specific combiner cards and 3 generic combiner cards. It's still 6 options.
I get you, but I mean,
You're gonna have to draw the card no matter what, whether you search for it or whether you draw it. It's 6
Right.
slots.
But it's that little bit more insurance. But again, this is all speculation anyway. So
Speculate.
But yeah, that's essentially how the combiner type system is going to work. And then once
Yeah.
you are in combiner mode, it seems that so far it is very unlikely that you will be able to break that up because it has its own, rather than saying alt mode or bot mode, it says combiner mode.
Do or die time.
Right, so certain cards like rollout just won't have an effect because you're not in bot mode.
Can you flip though?
You think a rapid conversion?
Rapid
Like
conversion, the entire thing, they just break up. They still have to release 1.21.
And then another detail we kind of forgot, I believe.
1.31 it would be at that point.
We also forgot to mention that damage, any damage on the smaller
We didn't get to the card
characters.
We'll get to the card.
We'll get there.
We'll get.
In general, though.
Brian's at the end of the video.
We're trying to give you guys like an
And thank you for
overview
coming.
of things. See what I gotta deal with. So the idea is any damage that those smaller characters take, when you form into Predaking, he takes that damage with him into the combiner mode. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Let's really quick just kind of go over the different characters. So let's begin first. We were spoiled the Predacons, who of course make Predaking. So we're going to talk about them first. So Divebomb is the first option. All of these will be 5 stars. They all have the keyword of Predacon. So a lot like
both
how,
modes.
right. So how a Dinobot is a Dinobot in both modes. The Predacons are Predacons in both modes. Another difference with Divebomb is that he's a specialist in both modes. So Joe, you were talking earlier a little bit about that, how there could be some play with that potentially.
Sure. If you were to combine with Shockwave, so Divebomb in his bot mode says when you flip to this mode, your opponent reveals a card at random from their hand. If it's an action, scrap it. Works good with Shockwave-ish. It's 1 damage. But you reveal the card and it's an upgrade. Why did I bring Divebomb with me on this team?
But he's also a specialist, and he's a 5-point specialist. You could take him, you could take Flame War, you could take RC.
Right.
Now, at that point, you're at 15, right? So you can't take Shockwave, but you now potentially could stack, 4, 5 specialists. You can sort of do that now, but they all want to have, differences between oranges and blues, so it's tough to make it really work.
Yeah.
But it's a potential if you want to take him outside of the Predacon team.
That 0 defense just scares me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So they can't see the screen yet. I haven't done the... They can't see this.
Or we can just put this over top of
gonna
our
try to.
faces
Let's
because
pretend
they
like-
don't want
right.
to look at us.
Let's pretend like we didn't do that just yet. Tell them in alt mode, 2 attack, 7 health, 2 defense.
No text.
Blank, vanilla. Yeah, that's all you get is a bird, hawk, eagle, whatever. Right into bot mode is 3 attack, bump by 1, and then you lose all your defense.
Yeah, 0 defense.
Uncommon number 23. I will speculate a little bit, even though I hate speculation. So at number 23, his first letter is still D for Divebomb. There are 22 other bots from A to C in there? Holy crap.
Probably a lot of like Autobots
Autobot.
and Decepticons in there as part of it.
Right.
But we've pointed out too
There's
that
22 other bots.
but some of these characters are Predacon whoever, right?
Right.
So
I would think Divebomb would be like 12 or 13. 23.
yeah, it's fair.
It's going to be a lot of Autobots and Decepticons.
Actually,
their name.
That could be a way to figure out exactly which combiners we are seeing. Look at like the different names
Yeah,
of the
someone
members.
should.
That might be a future video. We may have to look into that.
Yes.
We're
We're going to do it.
gonna look
do it.
like Charlie and It's Always Sunny, like we've got the index cards on the sheet.
Listen, this is number 23. I'm trying to look at the characters over there. It'd be like Decepticon Hook, Decepticon Scrapper. If they did the Devastator, that would be 6.
Ooh, Constructicon, blah blah blah, in front.
This
That would be
OC
before these, right?
Oh, yes, it would.
Oh.
Okay.
Because they all have pretty generic, for the most part, like you can't trademark Hook.
Most of
He
these
would be Constructicon Hook.
right, but most of these Predacons say Predacon whatever, except for like Divebomb with Divebomb. It's like I didn't-
Well, it's Divebomb who doesn't get it, and like Torox, which is a made up word, right? So it's words like Rampage gets Predacon Rampage in front. They can't really trademark Rampage.
Right.
So I don't know what we will do that deep dive, but not at this moment.
Aerial bot.
Yeah.
All right. Anyway.
Okay.
Next.
So yeah, nothing too crazy here. Cool art. I like him in robot mode with like the bird helmet on top of him. Cool.
Oh, wow.
So next up, like we just mentioned before, we have Predacon Rampage is who we're taking a look at next. Turns into a tiger, right?
We jumped from 23 uncommon to uncommon number 34. Right from D to P. Wow. Just saying.
Fair. So he's again Predacon both modes. He's melee in both modes. In his cat mode, he's got 2 attack. He's got 7 health. He has 1 defense. Tiger mode.
Puma?
Tiger mode. Whatever he is. And then in robot mode, 3 attack, 7 health stays the same, 1 defense. In tiger mode, he gets pierce 2, right? Robot mode, when an enemy is KO'd, you can repair 1 damage from each of your Predacons. And that's helpful because they're all pretty low health. For the most part, they're pretty low defense
low
as well. Helps to keep them alive a little bit.
Yeah, but how are they going to be KOing people? Like, you're throwing 3s and 4s at people. It's like...
Yeah, and
You
on
would
top of
need
that, I
less.
was going to say Pierce, but he only has Pierce in the other mode. So save him for last. Finish off somebody who's almost dead.
Sure.
I don't think, like, looking at this one, I don't think this is one that you would take in a different list unless
Just
you
because of the
want
word the Predacon. Or not the Predacon. All
Pierce.
Predacons.
Like maybe you want
And
Pierce, just
it's-
vanilla Pierce.
doesn't-
2/2.
5.
Yeah.
I don't think it's like bad
Doesn't
to like
measure
have
anything.
a lot of cards that is actually 5-star. It's going to like open a lot of team that we couldn't do before. Like
There's
when-
going to be a billion 5s now.
so I would still take it. Like it's a melee, right? In both side. So every card like body armor or energy sword.
Power Sword.
Power sword is going to be helpful on that one. Like I can see him being very, how to say that, annoying if he has a body armor on it and like the deck is all blue.
Not particularly this guy. A guy we'll get to, you'll see.
The 1
Oh,
defense
well,
maybe
he's got
makes
3
it.
defense, yeah.
Another thing to take note of. I just had a flashback here. If
I
you
just had a
remember.
really bad idea, but go continue.
Okay, well, I'm thinking of our interview with Drew.
Mm-hmm.
One of the things that he mentioned was that we would see a whole lot of characters that would be lower star cost.
He wasn't lying.
Here we go. The combiner
He
characters.
said
will all
there's going to
that
be,
way.
at least 6 combiners? So that's 30 minimum of 5 stars?
Yeah.
35 stars. All right, this is going to open the game up for combinations, sure.
Yeah.
It really is, yeah.
Yep. That's really cool.
Dom at Rampage.
You had a dumb idea.
Oh, the dumb idea was This is really dumb. I'm just going to get yelled at if I say it. I'll skip it for now, and then we'll let you berate me later, maybe.
Yeah, I mean, that sounds right.
I don't think I should bring it up right now.
Absolutely. We're on
Next
board.
card.
Next up, we have Torox, and this is kind of a little bit sad because they had to change his name. I want to say he was originally Headstrong. No. This is a different name from G1. I'm blanking out. I'll look it up later. Not a big deal. But again, Predacon Melee, both modes. He's 2 attack in Bull mode.
That's a bull run, correct.
9 health and then 0 defense. And then Robot mode bumps up to 3 attack and then still has 0 defense. So
Yeah,
He's going to take damage.
Yeah.
So his Bull mode ability is that enemy characters can't be repaired. So this is sort of, we're speculating that the green pip, which we're going to see in just a little bit, that the green pip might be that kind of repair or that heal pip when it flips out there. And this will kind of shut that off. Because otherwise, why would you have him start with this ability in Bull mode? Like, it's not really that strong. He's, 0 defense. He's just going to soak up damage like crazy.
I mean, that might be something that you want to throw at the end. Let's say you're playing Predacons against another set of combiners. I can see cards like Reaper Bay being really good.
Repair 1 from each character?
Yes. So any effects that, like, if you go combiners against combiners, everyone is going to have like low attacks, I would think, right? And it's going to be like peanut damage against peanut damage everywhere, right? So stuff that is going to repair 5 damages, one across the board, is going to be really powerful. It's going to like let you have one step further to get that combiners up, right? So having Torox actually to be on the alt mode is not that bad, I think. It's actually pretty cool.
I think for the most part, other than Divebomb, they all have a pretty useful...
So you're saying, transform him last
ability
before the Enigma?
Yes, I would say. And also, you kind of want to throw him last because you don't want to lose him first, I guess, right?
Or, well, yeah.
So we didn't even talk about bot mode yet, which also has an interesting ability. And we have our first new keyword here. When you flip into bot mode, you draw a card, and then you get plan 1, which you get to put 1 card from your hand on top of your deck. So sort of like the Snarl robot ability. However, you only get it when you flip into the mode.
Or
when you attack.
Yes. No,
yeah. This one, yes. This one is like when you flip to this mode, you can draw the card and then you can put back right on top.
Any card.
And you can also do it for defense now too.
Well,
oh no, sorry, because you're going to attack.
Yeah.
Yes, you're going to attack anyway. So that's 1 card that you.
That's got to be an orange or heal going up top.
Yes.
Assuming heal's a thing.
And
or a white pip. Or double blue for defense.
One thing I can say is like it seems like the designer of the game doesn't want to push the fact that you can draw a lot of cards. Like
we'll get around that. Don't worry, we'll find a way.
Yeah, there's probably a way of doing this, but as I see right now,
they're forcing the plan.
Yeah, like plan is specifically you don't want to get card advantage. You can do better hand by choosing by having a better card, but you're not going to draw into much card.
But it says you may put 1 card.
You may?
Yeah. Plan is a may.
Oh, that's a may. So that changed everything. Alright, no, the plan 1 is like pretty good then.
It's like datapad-ish.
Yeah.
Well, in this case...
On flip.
Yes.
Datapad-ish flip.
Yes.
Flippish pad. Flip pad.
The plan isn't the draw, though. The draw is separate. The draw is...
Yeah, when you flip this mode, draw a card. Force.
Plan is just putting something on top of the deck.
You may put a card from your hand. Yeah.
I see. Oh, so that's even better then.
So uncommon 44, Torox. We're at T. We know Windblade is 46. So what's between T and W? 45. Another W.
Ultra Magnus?
Ultra Magnus?
Did we already try to figure this out or no?
TUVW. It's a 1% chance. We saw different artwork for Windblade when that picture was released last month.
So we have 2 Windblades. We're relatively sure of that.
We have artwork of another Windblade-ish thing. It could be a card, could be an action, it could be a character.
Well, we got the robot mode and the jet mode. So it's got to be a character.
You don't. Could be
Windblade.
2 more Windblade cards. You don't know that. Shockwave is on what system reboot and some other stuff somewhere.
But that's comic book art. A little bit different. All right, we're diving too deep.
All right.
All right. Anything else on Torox?
No, he's
Torox.
done. We're
Keep
done.
saying
Predacon.
Torox, like Torox. the
Torox
dinosaur.
done. Yeah.
All right. So next up we have Headstrong. So Headstrong is.
Yes.
Okay, I almost called Torox Headstrong. I mix these two up all the time. Tantrum. Tantrum was Torox's original name. There we go.
Fantastic.
Tantrum?
So Headstrong,
Yeah,
Predacon,
Terracon.
Melee.
Is it Tantrum or Terracon?
Nope.
Okay.
No, sir. So in alt mode, he has 1 attack, 5 health, which is
Rhinoceros.
in Rhino mode. 1 attack, 5 health, 3 defense. So 3 defense is the highest
3
defense
defense
we've seen so far.
It's something you want to plug somewhere with tough.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I can see that.
Yeah.
On the flip side, 5 is the lowest health we've seen from these combiners so far.
Very scary.
Yeah. And then robot mode, the 1 attack goes up to 3 attack, and the defense goes down from 3 to 2. The only ability text he has is while he is in Rhino mode, and this is also another new ability keyword that we have, which is Brave. So in parentheses, it says that enemies attack this character if able. So essentially, he forces the attack to go to them.
Damn. Like if you play this thing with Nemesis Prime and put like body armor on Predacon Headstrong, oh my god, it's going to be so
good.
so
So
annoying.
good. So good.
Annoying.
He's gonna die pretty quick. Maybe you get like 2 or 3 off with him. Maybe.
I don't know. Like
Here's live gone.
like let's say you're let's say you have body armor, right? And by chance you're flipping like three blues every time at least.
Oh my god, beautiful, beautiful.
6 health to get through.
Nemesis, Demolisher,
6 armor.
Predacon Headstrong. Love it.
Yeah.
Could be the worst deck ever.
And also you have to kill Headstrong first.
And you have yeah.
Damn. Like if you have a deck that wants to go fast in your
Mill
to
yourself.
flipping, yes. Yeah, you put body armor on Headstrong and then you watch your opponent cry.
Brave. Is he brave? We'll see. What's he do in bot mode, bro?
Brave is kind of a weird thing to call that, right?
It should be like
I guess you're like maybe the thought is that they're throwing themselves in front of everybody else.
Yeah.
And I guess it kind of works with Headstrong. Like I guess
It's
he's the
kinda
one he's going out there charging ahead, like first one into battle.
I can see
Right.
that. I can see that being a really good keyword because like it makes me feel like a paladin. Paladin, how you say that?
Paladin, yeah.
Yes. So like you're always in front and you're protecting everyone. You're brave.
Okay.
no, but I feel like if they have to attack him, it feels like it's like taunting or something. Like you have no choice but to go there. Not so much brave.
Yeah, but that's
yeah,
already.
taunt is usually the word that would be used. Maybe
But
they
that's
can't.
it's
for whatever
already
reason.
picked by Keyforge, so that's why.
Oh, right.
Get Keyforge on. No more.
Right.
And then, so as Joe was alluding to, we have no ability text in robot mode. Okay.
Headstrong.
Next up, Razorclaw. So he's the leader of the Predacons. He has Predacon Melee, and in both modes, he's also leader.
Leader, Predacon, Melee.
As of right now, we don't have any leader cards other than Matrix. So
That is correct.
yeah, and he can't take it because he's a Decepticon.
Ooh, that will be alluding to something else then, maybe.
Decepticon Matrix.
Decepticon Matrix.
Do we have
something like that.
Decepticon Matrix?
I'm sure. I know Vin on the Tech Talk podcast that he and Scott do always talks about how there's like a billion different matrices out there, and they could kind of pick and choose them as need be. To kind of go back into it, so we've got him in Lion mode, 2 attack, 8 health, 1 defense, and then the only difference in robot mode is that the 2 attack goes up to 3 attack. In Lion mode, his bolt 1, which isn't really that super exciting.
That's fine.
Robot mode, though, interesting. So he basically gets the super rare Bumblebee ability of being able to, when you flip into robot mode, you can attack and untap characters if they are tapped, which
Yes.
is kind of neat. Again, you have a lower attack value here, so you want it to be on something that you can finish off, something that's almost dead.
I mean, let's say you're playing this Predacon against another Predacon. I can put like grenade launcher on that card and just try to kill off the Torox or something. Like some card that is like.
You'd have to attack Headstrong.
Nice. I mean, you
Brian,
have to go.
Brian didn't figure it out yet.
No, I did.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
The
You have to attack him.
Yeah.
I'm with you.
But yeah, like if you can, I mean, 3 attack is not.
It's gotta be like a grenade launcher attack.
Yeah, grenade launcher plus like leap into battle and then you can go. Or even like the bigger arrow.
3, 4, 5, Pierce 4. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'll do it.
Mm-hmm.
You think I won't do it, but I'll do it.
So I think this is also potentially maybe one that you would take without being part of a Predacon team. None of his abilities, especially like they don't need other
I would
Predacons.
not take a 3/8/1 somewhere else.
I mean, if
the robot mode ability is not terrible. You get some tricks with it.
it's going to be annoying if you play cars and you go against something that has Razorclaw in it. It's going to be hard. Like usually cars survive because you're going to adapt and then you go with something else, right? So if you kill off the card that hasn't that wasn't tapped, then it's pretty cool. I would say I would play Razorclaw for the 5 stars because of the leader. I think
If there's something that comes out for Decepticon leaders or generic leaders that's like, wow, I need to run this guy right now.
yes.
A cheap leader, that's true, because the cheapest otherwise that we have is going to be.
I mean, you can still
Bumblebee,
play you can still
but
play
that's Autobots.
be with leader with the Matrix, and then Razorclaw will still benefit from the leader.
Yeah.
It's a good
Other
point, because
characters.
actually Matrix is going to kind of become a little bit more important in that you are always going to have, if you run a
Only
combiner
if there's
team,
other Autobot leaders.
right. Well, I mean, there's going to be. Like, I assume probably
Oh, you
whoever
assume.
the leader of the team
You
is.
assume.
So if you have the Protectobots, you have Hotspot, I think, is the leader of the team. He's going to be leader, give the Matrix. Boom. All of your other Protectobots.
They would have to give a counterbalance. That'd be too strong. A leader on an Autobot combiner team, whereas Decepticons have no
Well, we
answer
don't
for that.
know yet.
I'm saying there's got to be. You can't,
Yes.
You can't just leader everybody and be like, hey, you Autobots have the advantage on this one.
Yeah.
There's got to be a counter matrix somewhere.
We'll see.
By the way, if you have a team with all the leaders in Autobots, and then you put like leader, Matrix of leadership and Matrix of leadership, oh my god.
This stack, yeah.
Damn.
All right, we can do it. Gridlock, B, starter B, and
Another
a
5.
leader, whatever. Hotspot. Hotshot. Hotspot?
Hotspot.
Hotspot.
All
Hot
the,
shot.
He'll be 5, B will be 6, and then Grimlock will be 10.
all the matrices everywhere.
And then we can throw in a
Pierce
4.
2.
Oh god, that's so bad.
Pierce 2?
10, 15, 21, and 4 is 25 with 2 leaders. With double matrix. Don't do that, folks.
All right, so next up, this is what we kind of referred to earlier. So this
You
is
referred to earlier.
You refer to
using the
it.
royal we. So the idea is you need this card, Predacon Enigma. It's an action card. This is what allows you to combine your separate bots into the combiner mode, right? And it has 2 effects. So, if you already have him combined, it's not a waste for you, right? So the one idea is that you can pull in your Predacons into Predaking. They do have to be
Start from
in
the top of the card and work your way down.
bot mode. We'll get there. They do have to be in bot mode.
It's at the top.
They don't
Stop
need
at
me
the
just
top.
to read the text to them. They can read the text on their own. So the idea is it pulls them into the combiner mode, but the individual smaller team members, they need to be in bot mode. Although the wording here is potentially a little bit iffy. So it does seem to be clear that anything that is on the battlefield needs to be in bot mode. It is a little bit less clear if you have any in the KO area, if they need to be in bot mode. It's a little bit iffy. You could potentially take it either way. The way it is written, I would lean a little bit towards they need to be in bot mode in the KO, but I can see how you
very
could
restrictive,
interpret
very
the other way.
dangerous.
Yeah.
I can't see them allowing that.
Yes.
Unless, again, so
This will get clarified.
I mean, you get the N and R in your KO era, right?
well, that could also just be battlefield.
Right.
So like bot
Or-
mode on the battlefield and anything on KO era.
Right. But if these are in alt mode, are they screwed? Are they not potential to be grabbed from there?
I mean, there might be some cards.
I would
that
say
can,
they've got right. That's what we were talking about earlier. You want to talk about that?
So what we were wondering a little bit is if you were able to use cards to manipulate characters
States.
in the KO area. Now a very clear one is I Still Function, right? You return a KO character back onto the table.
From your KO area.
Yes.
However, rapid conversion, you flip a character. Does that need to be a character that is on the battlefield, right? That could very easily be something that they clarify in the rule book or the FAQ, that it does not have to be on the battlefield. We've always been playing it that way. It is, however,
No.
it is a little bit of a slippery slope.
Now
though.
say the other one.
Slippery slope in that all of a sudden now, like if you're playing rollout.
Oh, you won't go that route first? Okay, I was going to do the normal flip.
Okay. If you're playing rollout, you now need to also.
Brian brought this up first, not me.
For once. I'm not. For once, I'm the one causing trouble, not Joe. Would rollout need to also, if you have a character that is KO'd in robot mode, flip it into alt mode, right? Now, we're speculating as of right now. I don't think it's possible. I don't think it's meant to work that way. But that is a very simple fix. They just need to add a line in the
say
PDF
the other
rulebook.
Say the other one.
So the other possibility is
this is the one I love the best. This is Brian came up with this one on his own, folks. On his own.
haven't even been.
Do it, Brian.
So ready?
Do it.
When you flip your character, do you need to flip a character that is on the battlefield? Can you flip a character in the KO zone? Right?
Brian, did you check the rules, Brian?
We looked through the rules. It didn't say anything about it. All it said is it did mention that a KO character is out of the game, but it's also a little bit unclear of exactly what that means.
You may flip
right
one of your characters.
How many?
The cliff jumper just gets so much better, folks.
We need to have like a tally mark on. Ooh, maybe because I feel that right now like he's a little bit unpowered. Right?
Yes.
Underpowered.
Yes.
So I feel like we need to have like a tally mark for every time that we make
Right on my wall.
WotC. We make WotC add something to the rules document.
These idiots at record roll. He said what?
I mean, that one is actually, but I'm still not seeing that being a possibility.
There's like a 1% chance they'll allow that.
Or they have other cards coming that allow that to happen.
Right.
Like,
Yes.
or a card that allows you to flip a character that's
Or
Specifically
on the
says
battlefield
combiner.
or in...
Yes.
Okay, or combiner could also work, but
Right.
it would need the clause probably of battlefield or KO
Right.
zone.
I would
area.
say that's the most probable way. Like having a card that is letting you like flip everything to alt mode and stuff in your KO power too. And that's probably the righteous way. Like
Did you say the righteous way?
the righteous
Righteous
way. But yeah, like I think that's having something that can flip a card that is in the KO power is probably the most the easiest things. Like without modifying the rules or anything, like being unclear. It's also specifying that the card is specifying that you can have cards in your KO area, right? So it wouldn't surprise me that they have cards that move.
That would be so much funnier if this just said in someone's KO area. I'll take your Predacons.
Actually, you know what?
That's a terrible idea. I'm not play that game. Do you want to finish the rest of that?
And then, so if you are already in combiner
No,
mode...
the bottom half. About what happens while the damage whatnot. So you go through.
Yeah, a combiner begins in that.
So we said that earlier, a combiner begins untapped, and then any damage that the smaller guys had on them gets soaked into the combiner.
Even from the KO area.
Yes.
So if like Torox had the full 9 on him or whatever, or Headstrong, whoever it was, bring 9 along.
Yes. Also, I think that if you overkill one of the bots, it's going to just have 9
Just have
damage.
9, yeah, I think that's in the
It's
rules.
not
Yes,
going to
yeah.
over.
The rules doc does clarify that, yes.
Yes.
Yep. Although Grimlock just kind of went up in stock, basically. Overkill 1.
Oh my
Oh
god.
my
Overkill
god,
2.
yes.
Dynamite's
Grimlock is going to
going
be
up.
like...
I'm gonna start buying some.
Grimlock going back up to 85.
I can definitely see that going, yes.
And then, as I started to say earlier, if you already have him as Predaking, this is not a wasted card in hand.
Last sentence.
Yeah, last sentence.
Okay, so when you combine into combiner mode, you keep 1 upgrade from each of your slots. However, Predaking has a special rule that we'll get to in just a little bit.
So my question would be 1 upgrade in each slot. God forbid you go in with all 5 are still alive on the board. They have 5 armors. I'm assuming you would get to choose which armor goes to Predaking.
Yeah.
I would assume
Yeah.
your utility, you get
That
to
would make
choose.
sense.
It's kind of linked to your question on the swap part, right? When Megatron has 3 weapons and the other one has like stuff that cannot go on Megatron. Like
Who gets to choose? How does that game operate?
Yes,
Yeah.
I think
It's
that's
going to
going
have to be you.
It's going to be clarified.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
player would.
Yes.
And then, as I've been trying to say for the past 5 times,
Right, read the top of the card.
Yeah,
You should have at the
really.
beginning.
if you have him in Predaking mode already, you're able to draw a card and then play an upgrade, which is, it's decent.
That's very decent. Yeah.
That's pretty good. I love it.
The last
Like
thing
2
we've
upgrades. So that's really good.
Yeah.
the last thing we've not mentioned yet is the
Oh,
green pip. We have a new pip,
Yeah, no,
right?
No color.
Is that green?
It's green.
What?
Yes.
Yeah.
I thought it was orange.
Really?
It's a different shape, man.
Dude, for me, like grass is orange.
It's blowing my mind right now. So look, the background of this card. What color is that?
Orange?
So then you're saying that the
Yeah,
pip
that's
color
the
is
same
also
thing.
orange?
Yeah. Right,
It's
whatever.
blowing my mind right now. People at home, work, submarines, whatever.
God.
All right. So as of us recording this right now,
And it's a
right?
rare.
So this is
A Predaking Enigma is a rare.
a rare.
Interesting.
As of us recording this now,
So when you get your 4th Predacon Enigma, ugh.
now you
What?
can trade it for Protectabot Enigma.
I hope
Trade
that's
it
not
for-
rare. I hope this is the only rare one. I don't want a whole bunch of rares for the combiners. My goodness. I'd be like, I can't play this yet because I still have to get the 3rd one.
We'll have to
You
count
know-
how many rare battle cards they have. I'm curious what it comes out to be. Well, I mean, there would be 6 different ones.
I feel
There's
bad for
6
the people who don't
combiners.
like buy boxes on launch day. If all of the combiner cards are all rares, you're never gonna get them all.
But that's what we talked about, where you have a generic one,
Right, well, that's
right? That doesn't
Yes,
have the
we hope
special
for.
text
Yeah,
So we
here,
hope-
right?
Right, yeah.
That would
Yes.
make sense. As of now, we don't know what the green pip does. We're recording this Thursday night. They revealed this earlier today. We're gonna probably post this tomorrow, which is Friday. You'll be seeing it Friday. We
Totally.
might get clarification by then for what it is, but the speculation right now is that green cards will.
What do you think? Heal?
Oh, yeah. The only thing I was going to say is like when I think about green, I think I'm about to get high.
Okay, let's not. That's okay. Okay, so Brian.
Green. Green is going to heal or repair, most likely. And it also is going to help to keep these lower health characters alive, right?
Green healing is actually, yeah.
It would have to be on flip, and when you flip this, I defend and I get to heal. So
Actually-
Or you get to attack and you get to heal
I think it would have to. Well, ooh,
if you're attacking.
Yeah, on attack, when you flip, you're going to heal the attacker.
it should be both. Maybe it will clarify after you flip green, heal after the damage is dealt to you or before.
No, it's like
If I'm
So
defending
take-
and I have the damage on me already,
yeah.
I-
Let's
Okay,
take
so
the
you're
back.
saying.
I'm going to flip. I'm going to attack. I flip the battle card. I flip a green. The green says heal one of the on the attacker.
And
That's
then-
it.
on the attacker.
Yes.
Well, I think what I would do if I were them, and again, I'm not some type of game design or math expert in any type of way, but have the green take effect first. You flip them out, boom, the character that's defending heals 3.
Defending.
If you're defending.
Oh, if you're defending.
Your flip goes out
Oh.
for defense. Immediately you heal 3. And then you calculate the results of the attack.
Heal 3
Based upon blues and oranges and all
I
that
think
fun stuff.
heal 3
Too
is
bad
a
Prime
lot.
BL exists. He don't care about your heal. Boom! He just shoots people, dude.
But I think that's why. So I think again, this is me just intuition right now. They have to be careful about pairing up green pip with blue pip.
Green and blue so good. I'll take no damage and I'll
It's
heal
probably-
7.
They need to make it. There needs to be a severe downside. Otherwise,
There is no severe downside. I get to draw and play an upgrade and green card.
I'm not talking about this specifically.
Yeah.
I'm saying green pip and blue pip together. They have to be careful with it. Like
I
making a
think-
card that has both pips on it.
That
at the
cannot.
same
That
time.
should
find-
not exist.
I
Unless
think-
maybe
I think
green
we-
is not healed and something else, then it can exist.
Heal on attack. I think that's the most.
Heal on attack.
Yes. I think that's the most because like you're going to go with your Predacon, right? And you don't want to.
Oh my
build
god,
a
I
whole
can't
group.
see that thing healing constantly. You would never kill it. I would just make a green Predacon.
No, you're going to only heal on attack. So
Yeah.
after
But you don't
that,
have to
you're
do
not going to
damage
do
against
anything.
Dude, I'm gonna like bold 7 him, be like heal, 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 heal.
All right, let's look at Fred.
Next card.
We're looking at his feet right now. We can't even see the whole card; it's so big. So, Predaking. He's a Predacon. He's also melee.
He is a Predacon. You're correct.
I thought that.
So
and
gorgeous.
in the center, like where it says bot mode or alt mode, it does say combiner mode. So
Oh, it does say combiner mode.
certain cards won't have effect rollout, for example, because
Rollout
it's
will not affect. Yeah.
bot mode to alt mode, right? 7 attack value, which is strong, right?
Fine, yeah,
strong.
I think.
37 health, so more than
He is
Metroplex.
definitely 25 stars.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Good trigger.
Can't tap him
important
down.
effects. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
True. So, Metroplex versus a combiner is going to be a really
Hey,
interesting
Metroplex
match.
is a little bit too
What?
small.
You're still tap him down.
I know, it's going to be interesting. Anyway, 37 health, 2 more than Metroplex, 2 defense, which is
One more
not a
than
bad
Metroplex.
average, like starting value.
He's
right?
literally
It's 2 is
1
average.
plus 1 plus 2 plus 1 Metroplex.
Which makes sense because when you combine him, you have to soak up the damage you
All of
take.
the matches.
Like, as of right now, it feels that a well-constructed Metroplex deck and a well-constructed, like, normal team deck, it's a pretty even match.
Yeah.
Right? It could go either way. It's usually pretty close by the end. This kind of, like, again, intuition right now feels that it should also be a pretty close match.
I don't know. Like, you're going to... The only way of, like, flipping it with the Enigma card, Enigma Predaking, is to have everyone as bot, as a bot mode, right? Meaning that right now, the only way I'm seeing to flip a character into bot mode is to actually attack with it.
Is that what?
Attack with it. Like, you need to wait 6 turns before playing...
Rapid conversion. And
Oh.
chances are they're going to have...
Hey, buddy.
They're going to have more cards like that. Then we even have some
Yeah.
cards where, you know, if you are both combiners on the same combiner team, you share the same keyword, combiner keyword, whatever it is.
You don't want to accelerate the ability too quickly.
You can flip 2 characters at once.
Whoa.
But make it no pips. 0 pips. There you go.
No. If you flip 2 characters at once with 1 action card and got the flip 2, you're going to like flip Predaking into 3 turns.
There needs to be more flip cards, essentially. Because you can't just rely on the 3 rapid conversions because the rollouts don't help you for this.
Right, yeah.
Yes,
we get
correct.
that.
Yes.
Cards that flip back and forth, rollout and rapid conversion help.
I can
you.
see
This-
introducing
yes.
one more card, but
Aside from rapid conversion, there is no card that is actually flipping to bot mode.
right. I think that's by design.
Yes.
I can't imagine a reverse rollout would just be terrible.
Yes.
Oh
yes.
my god. They're all this said. Whatever. Brainstorm. Reverse rollout and combine. No.
No.
Bad.
No.
Very bad.
Yes.
So we haven't got to like the part that makes Predaking,
We did. It's a combiner mode.
that makes him stand out from other combiners, presumably, is that he has 5 weapon slots,
What?
which is crazy.
5 Energon axes. Boom. DQ.
So you can essentially, if I'm thinking this through correctly, if you've got the 5 characters out there, if you have 3 characters
If you have
with
5 weapons on them.
we'll go
Each
back
of them.
go back to Enigma.
Yeah.
Because does it say that you take?
Oh, let's say keep one. Close it.
Okay.
keep talking about that.
So 5 weapons is pretty insane. The
It's
idea
very
is
insane.
if you have at least 3 Predacons out there with weapons, when you form into Predaking, they will go in there, and we are checking at the moment to see if he can pull
see
in
the screen.
all 5. The laptop is far enough away.
Go ahead. All right.
Keeps 1 upgrade in each slot.
All right, never mind. There goes that idea.
But you still pull in 3, though.
If I had 5 weapons out and I went down to 1 weapon, I'd be sad.
Yes.
Go back to Predaking. Okay, 5 weapon slots.
This has 5 weapon slots.
So wait, does that mean it's armor, utility, weapon,
And 5
weapon,
weapons
weapon,
slot.
weapon, weapon, weapon?
Yes.
Well, I would.
Okay,
yeah.
I was thinking it. Okay,
Oh, you
never
think it's
mind.
just 5 weapons and no armor, no
Yeah,
utility.
I was thinking
No.
more like Megatron, where you can plug them in there. All right, that's
No, no.
They
it's
would
not
have to
that one.
specify this does not have any weapon. This does not have any armor or utility slots. It just has 5 weapon
okay.
slots.
All right,
Yeah.
this is even cooler than I thought. So I mean, like 3 Energon axes,
Yeah,
and then whatever new weapons we see.
that's
also.
all you need. Plus
I-
9 is fine.
I don't know, man. It's like if-
Definitely Treasure Hunt's going that deck.
yes.
And then when he's-
probably stuff like new design to play more upgrades. How?
We'll see.
Mm.
So
Need to draw fast enough.
so here you're
Quick
able.
enthusiast is happening.
Yeah. Equipment enthusiast.
What do you want?
Never mind. I'm good. Okay. So yeah, when you combine him into that mode, you get to draw a card and play a card instantly.
Card.
Right.
By the way, that's
That's an extra action. It could be, I guess. No. You would play Enigma, and then you
So
draw a
when
card. You may play a card.
yes, whatever card it is.
No,
It seems like it would get past that.
No, you can.
it doesn't say you may play that card. You may play a card.
Yeah.
From your hand.
Okay, I can't play another action. I've already played my action for the turn.
Maybe
No,
that
no.
gets
I
by.
think it's just like you follow what the card says. The card overrule the rules.
It doesn't say you can play an upgrade, which is the only if it wanted that it'd specify that.
Yes, I think you would be able to play a card, an action, and then when you flip it, you can draw a card, and then you may play a card, whatever card it is. Don't play Magic card or Yu-Gi-Oh card from another game.
So you could potentially double upgrade.
Or a
Right.
double action.
Yes.
Potentially.
That would be the best. What do you think about that combined mode stuff? It's a little bit weird. Like most of the game, I would say that you are going to flip this into maybe 4 turn if you're lucky with rapid conversion, I guess.
4 turns. That's wishful thinking.
Yes.
It's very lucky. And then you
That's
still need to
really
draw the Enigma.
Yes.
But again, that's going
play
off
it.
our current card pool.
Right.
There will be specialty cards, I'm sure.
So you're probably going to like have.
They have to. You need to be able to get him into
You work for
combiner
WotC?
mode.
Yeah.
I don't work for. Actually, I am vice president of Transformers at WotC.
Oh,
They have to. If you need to be able to get them out there and facing bugs or facing
Dead. Photon
rare
bomb.
crime.
game.
Yes.
Oh, I'm about to buy all the photon bombs.
So
eBay.
a lot like Metroplex is going to kind of end up being a race, which is fun. That's going to be fun. Games we don't want the game to
Tapping down
drag
5
out.
characters would be good.
It's going to be
What?
crazy.
Tapping down 5 characters.
And doing
Metro
one to
Flex.
each.
The surprise is going to be really good actually. It's already good, but with the
He's gonna get
combiners
more
out.
fun.
yes.
Oh, you're playing combiners today. Oh,
Bam!
Slammer. Oh, damn it.
Ooh, and actually,
Oh god, Brian.
this is just a random tangent here.
Here we
This is
go.
not connected to what we're looking at. All of the characters that specify when you flip 3 different battle icons, they just kind of, I don't know, you have some more play there, essentially.
Hey, what if the
Other than, so Metroplex says double orange, double blue, double white, specifies
Nobody
that.
says, yeah.
But someone like
Slipstream.
Slipstream, right?
Yeah.
It's more possibilities.
What?
I hate you. Go to the next thing.
what do you hate it? I loved you.
What are we talking about?
It was going on tangent.
Next
Say
card.
that.
Next card.
Next card.
No.
We had this ready. There we go.
Yeah.
Okay. So, basically unrelated to
Everything.
Predaking for the most part.
Yes.
We also have Windblade, so she is the first spoiled super rare character. Presumably there's only one other one, but they could change the distribution ratio. We know, however, that this is not the one that they kind of like teased art for before the end of the year last year. So she very specifically is geared towards playing against combiners, which I think is maybe a little bit surprising. I'm surprised it didn't say if you're attacking a character who is higher than, X number of stars, you get this bonus. Like, it's very specifically geared towards attacking.
Yeah, they could have done higher than 20 stars instead of restricting her to like combiners.
By the way,
Make it 13 or higher. Have her be a rare prime hunter. I'm okay with that.
I love her title. I love her title name.
Combiner hunter.
Yeah.
So there's
that
that.
speaks for itself.
You guys, I don't know if you know this, there was at San Diego Comic-Con, I don't know, a couple years back, there was a Combiner Hunter, like limited edition type thing, where it was a different deco of Windblade, different deco of Chromia. Ooh, maybe we're going to get a new Chromia. And then a different deco of RC as well, right? And then they had like specialty melee weapons and things like that to look kind of cool. So maybe that's what we might end up seeing.
Mhm.
So anyway,
Windblade.
Windblade in robot mode, well in both modes, she is a specialist. Joe in plane mode, she's also a
Plain.
nailed it. So in bot mode, she has 6 attack, she has 14 health, she has 2 defense.
Why are planes so expensive?
She's 12 stars.
Why do you hate us?
But you hate Joe. That's
It
us.
could be
Who take care.
Windblade, Slipstream, and that's it. Why?
So
Cheap plane, please. Cheap plane.
She can't even go with Skywarp.
plane mode, 5 attack, bumps down there. Now in robot mode, when she attacks an enemy in combiner mode, each of your characters gets pierced 4 till end of turn.
That's
So
very interesting. That could be very problematic for the combiner.
Yeah.
Assuming you still have 3, that's 12 damage landing. Minimum.
And then in plane mode, when you flip into the mode, reveal the top card of the deck. If it has at least 2 different color battle icons, and it needs to be a double pip or triple pip, maybe.
With this mode, reveal the top card of your deck if it has battle icons of at least 2 different colors.
So it needs to be like an orange blue.
It needs
or
to
like
be a matrix
blue
or a rollout.
Right. And then presumably we
And
could
that's
maybe
it.
see like green mixed in there with some of the.
We now have
let's
3
see,
more. It could
White
be-
mixed in with
It
some
could be
of
green
them.
blue. It could be green white and green orange.
And again, play it. So I want to say that this would allow you to either do action or upgrade, and it kind of gets past.
You
that.
may play it. It
Right.
could be a restrictive type double thing. Like maybe you don't want to.
No, like you.
But you can't play rollout because he's already in alt mode. I don't want to waste that card right off the bat. I want to save that for the attack.
Unless
Yeah,
there's
but like,
other
yeah.
characters that you want to get back to all mode.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
I don't think it's like
I
a
would love to play
restricted like.
Matrix. I'm fine. Yeah.
Actually, so on that note, I'm a little bit surprised that she's not a leader. Just because in the comics she is a leader. So I'm surprised that's not there. I wonder if the other version of her that we get will be a leader. I don't know. But specialist, some interesting plays. But again, that 12 stars is tough. That puts her at Shockwave star level.
12 is a lot.
No, Shockwave's 11. She's more, right? So that's Inferno. So 12 is tough.
Nemesis. So how many double 2 different color icons or cards do you think will be in the set? Last one was Matrix and Rollout. One was Autobot only, and one is pretty good generic. Do you think they'll do 2 again? Just 2 cards?
Have one
Probably.
be Decepticon focused.
At some point, like if you have too much of those double pit, right? You will have.
Metroplex would just run rampant.
Yes, and also everyone is going to only pick double pit cards
Right.
because like
Right.
it's too good.
What's
Like,
in your deck? 40 double pips. Down.
Unless it has a really specific ability to it. Like if it's very sort of like how Matrix is Autobots only, right? And if you don't have it on a leader, it's not fantastic.
Right.
And then Rollout, it messes with your board state. Like
It can mess with it. It's very accelerated board state, yeah.
Right, like Flame War-
It messes your combiner bot states. Like
Yeah.
every other stuff is just plain
Right.
too good.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I don't think it's going to be like 2-3 cards. Double pip should be. I think it's pretty
3
good.
cards. Holy crap.
Two would be a lot. Yes.
2 would be normal. 2 would be
2
standard.
normal. 3
Three
would
is
be a
too
lot.
much, yeah.
Actually, yeah, I would think so.
So this is completely unplanned, but I'm going to throw this at both of you right now. So we know one of the probably 2 super rare characters is Windblade and an Autobot. So we know that the other super rare is very likely, 95% likely to be a Decepticon.
And you're banking this on the fact that Wave 1 was just 1-1.
And I mean, it sort of makes sense, all things
Starscream.
perfectly balanced. So Joe,
No, he would be too expensive for a jet. They would make a super rare at least 10 or more.
Astral Strain.
Who would be 10? Cup! No, it's
What?
Autobot.
who would you? So if
Who
they
would I
gave
want
you, if
Decepticon?
WotC gave you the ideal Starscream, what would it be? As a
Not
super
10
rare?
stars, it would be less.
Okay, what would it do?
Well, come on. I can't. Right on the spot?
Yeah, do it.
Every
it.
time he attacks, he just kills someone. Every time he attacks Bumblebee, KO Bumblebee.
I love it.
I don't know. I have no time to think about that. It's not fun.
So, I guess it's probably unlikely it will be Starscream. Other Decepticons.
I hope
that
it's
you might-
not.
Who else would you want as a Decepticon?
As a Decepticon, that is a super rare, that's probably going to be a minimum of 10 stars. You know what? Why not try a new Skywarp?
Okay.
We've
Sure.
seen how one worked at 6. It wasn't that great. I prefer a lower cost. You know what? How about a 7 cost super rare Skywarp? That's better workable, usable.
Please.
What's the lowest stars on the
10.
super rare? Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know that. I don't know
Bumblebee
this
is
to go.
Yeah. I don't think it's like lower than 10.
Astro
I mean,
Train.
yeah, that's what I said. Astro Train.
Did you say that? When did you say that?
I said it because it was my first.
He did say it.
Blitzwing.
I think so. My assumption is triple changers are not coming in the set. Otherwise, they would have had that as part of like the. I feel like they're going to concentrate on one gimmick at a time, which is maybe why we're not seeing Soundwave in this wave.
Acid Storm.
Could be. I mean, they made
Dude.
Sunstorm into a.
Do you think
Okay.
that overall is going to be like some kind of?
That'd be a
Like
different
to
type
have
of mechanic.
over
They would have to do
No,
something.
actually,
You would need more than.
you like the two small stuff, and then you've opened them.
I feel like that would come sort of somewhere a Metroplex that would be like, here's his half of this and his half of that. You flip them and then you get the Enigma card and then you.
I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
What if vehicle mode was for?
Like this?
If you don't know, Overlord is
a tank and a plane.
he's a tank and a plane that combine together into a robot.
like bam, something like it's
Well,
a
no.
leg and stuff.
Keep it as one. Keep it as one card. So have it be tank. Have it be jet.
Oh,
Right. And then like when it attacks, they both attack together. Somehow, I don't know. I'm not
What
sure.
wave are you guys
no.
on?
What are you on? And then
What are I
flips into robot mode.
You looking at me for? I'm not. Why I can't make that?
No, that should be a triple changer.
So.
Like
Well, no,
here, and then here.
Well, triple changer is one
Tangent.
mode, like
Tangent.
tank, jet. What I'm saying is Overlord is tank jet. Like somehow
Yeah,
it's.
no, I don't like it. I would see.
I don't like you. That's a lie. I like you.
A tank
Look.
and a jet.
Tank,
Wouldn't that be?
jet, and when you open, bam.
I see what you're saying.
Or how about if you combine a tank and a jet, you get jank.
Ba, 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 wow, wow. Next.
I'm gonna throw my hat in here. I'm gonna say you guys don't know who this is. Tarn from The More Than Meets the Eye comics.
comic from
1912 where they
talked about
It was like 5 years ago tops, and they had like him appear in an
Eons
issue
ago.
a year
Eons
ago.
ago.
Okay, we know they like the IDW stuff. I think it's a possibility. Do we have anything else we want to add in here?
I hope we are going to have some card to review before
So-
the set launch.
The idea is, so WotC has said like essentially like it's spoiler season, so like they will pop up, and as they do pop up, we'll kind of give you guys our hot takes on them as they appear. And then yeah, like wave 2, let's get hyped, let's get excited.
What about super rare Nemesis? Not Nemesis. Sentinel Prime. Bad.
No one likes Sentinel Prime.
Okay. I feel that. He's still looking at me. He's still looking at me, isn't he?
I am.
I know.
You know I'm looking at you.
I'm at the end.
Super rare Megatron.
There's already 2 of them. As much as I would like to see more Decepticons, we don't. The repeats. Okay.
Scorponok.
Scorpion.
You would have to be a Metroplex type thing.
What about Gundam? Ah, wrong franchise.
Sorry, folks.
Cutting it.
Break
We're
and
done.
rule.
We're done.
Break and rule.
Done. Sometime we're done.